Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, a new YouTube TV glitch that's impacting Roku users. We'll tell you a possible fix and some ways around it. YouTube says they're aware of it, they're working on fixes, but nothing happening yet on that. The Department of Justice is also joining in an effort to not let a lawsuit against NFL Sunday Ticket be dismissed. We'll tell you what's happening there and what that could mean for the future of NFL Sunday Ticket as we know it. And T-Mobile having some price hikes coming on its internet service. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about any of these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up. It really does help us. All right, with that said, let's dive into it. All right, YouTube TV has a new glitch. This glitch is impacting Roku owners. As far as I've heard, that's the only one impacting it. And it comes with fast forwarding. If you ever, for example, restart a program from where you last watched it, and then you wanted to fast forward maybe to catch up to live or to skip over commercials, several Roku players seem to be suffering from crashes that are happening. The app freezes and eventually sometimes will crash with that, leaving customers unable to actually watch their programs and access the content they want and pick up from where they exactly want to watch it. A few possible fixes were spotted on Reddit with this. We saw this posted. Two main ones. First of all is instead of holding down the fast forward button, to just do the tap advance, and that tap advance just jumps you forward a little bit. You tap it, you wait for it to jump forward, you tap it again, you wait for it to jump forward on the fast forward button. The other one people are posting is doing the fast forward, but waiting for the little preview window. You know, you got the progression bar at the bottom, a little window pops up and loads an image of where you are. And they say when you start the fast forward, hit pause, wait for that to go and appear, and then fast forward it, so you can see where exactly you are in the video. And they say that helps prevent the crashing on YouTube TV. Is it really going to fix it? I don't know. That's the word we're hearing. Those are the two main fixes I've seen multiple people report having success with. Hopefully YouTube TV fixes it. This could not necessarily have been a YouTube TV problem. They may not have changed anything. Maybe Roku's did a small update impacting this. We'll wait and see. But have you been impacted with it? Let us know. Leave us a comment. I'd love to hear from you on how you were impacted by this glitch. All right, next up, the Department of Justice is arguing that the NFL Sunday Ticket lawsuit should not be dismissed. Now, the judge has already started the process to dismiss this lawsuit that argued that NFL does anti-competitive behavior, basically, in the way that they do NFL Sunday Ticket, and the way the negotiations happened in the past and how it happened, especially under the time when it was on DirecTV. Now, the judge has moved to dismiss the $4.7 billion lawsuit brought by consumers and retailers who allege the NFL executives' bundle of gaming rights artificially inflated the price of NFL Sunday Ticket. However, the judge presiding over it overturned the verdict, arguing that the jury conclusions were illogical and that certain witness testimony should not have been excluded. So basically, the judge has come in and said, no, I do not believe that the right ruling was done here. I don't believe it was done in a legal manner. Now, that's the catch here, that they dismissed certain testimony which should not have been dismissed by the jury. They didn't follow instructions, and they came up with a ruling that didn't match the judge's instructions to them. That does allow a judge to come in and say, hey, jury, I know you're the jury, but you can't just do anything you want. You have to follow the law still. You have to have a basis for this in the law. You have to follow the instructions of the judge and of the law. So he started moving to dismiss this, the judge did. But the Department of Justice is coming and saying, no, we don't think this should be dismissed. We think that this lawsuit should still go forward and that there should be punishment for how this was handled. Be very interesting to see. This could have a massive impact on NFL Sunday Ticket, but not just that, but on sports rights as a whole. The NFL is not the only one who does this, not the only one who puts rules in about the bundling of sports and games and more with it. We'll keep a close eye on it. Leave me a comment. Let me know. What do you think? Should the NFL Sunday Ticket be thrown out? Should they have to make changes? I'd love to hear from you. All right, before we get into more stories, we have a big what's happening in TV yesterday when you're watching this. I'm recording this the night before. I always record these the night before I post them in the morning. So 17 years ago, yesterday now, Breaking Bad aired its first pilot episode. It kind of changed television, bringing much more gritty, aggressive programming that previously had only been aired on things like HBO and Showtime to more mainstream basic cable. Now with this, of course, there are more edited versions, or I should say maybe unedited versions on streaming and DVDs and stuff than what necessarily aired on cable television. But the very first Breaking Bad episode first aired January 20th, 2008, 17 years ago, yesterday from when I'm posting this. All right, T-Mobile is quietly making some changes. They're ending their price lock guarantee. Now, they've already kind of been doing this, but new customers are no longer getting a price lock with their fiber internet service. T-Mobile has been slowly building out a fiber internet service, buying up some companies, expanding some contracts to bring fiber and offer other home internet services as they look to diversify into internet, not just 5G home internet, but fiber internet. Now with this though, that raises the question about possible price hikes. When they did that for 5G, later price hikes came. Now this does come from a report from the Mobile Report that saw internal information from T-Mobile about the price hike. Look for that to become a reality with this, that we'll see a new price hike come. It's just impossible to offer lifetime price hikes. Probably should not have offered that. Why? Because if I sign up today and I'm 20 and I keep that same internet service until I'm 80, it's very likely that the cost of that internet to offer and operate it now when I'm 20 will be more when I'm 80. So I've never been a big fan of companies doing these price lock guarantees for life. I get, hey, I know for business and different things, I have to say, hey, oh, look, a 5-year price lock on an internet plan. I think that's very different than coming in and saying lifetime price lock. I just don't think it's something that companies can really do. I don't think it's something they should be marketing. We'll keep a close eye on that, but let me know if you notice any price hikes. Hey, another interesting thing in television. Yesterday was the inauguration. I'm not going to cover that too much here. We're not a political show, but very interesting. Did you know the first president to ever have his inauguration broadcast on TV was Dwight D. Eisenhower in the late 1940s? When he became president, he was the first president to have his inauguration aired on television. Before that, they'd been on radio for some time, and before that, they were just covered in the newspapers. Now, though, ever since, they've been on television, and it was hard to miss yesterday on pretty much every streaming free service, had some type of news channel offering at YouTube. All over, the inauguration was streamed and offered for free and paid services on TV. Something that started quite some time ago. Interesting to see that Truman was the first president. I think some people would have thought maybe Roosevelt or another president would have been that. All right, deal of the day though. Let's keep moving along. YouTube TV has a deal for new customers to save on 6 months of YouTube TV for a limited time. Now this is a limited time deal that gives you $60 off over 6 months, so a $10 discount brings the price down to $72.99, which was the old price. But for a limited time, you can keep that for 6 months. Now, little hint here, if you're a current customer, you can try to cancel. Some YouTube TV customers are getting this deal, some are not when they attempt to cancel. It'll pop up a message, are you sure? And at that point, they will sometimes offer you an additional discount. And a lot of people are saying it was 6 months to offer a discount there for $10 off. If you were on some type of promo or you already took a similar promo or some other promo, YouTube often doesn't allow you to get a second promo like that. So if you got a discounted plan signing up for the service, you claimed a similar attempted cancellation discount, whatever it may be, you may become ineligible for that. Now, just keep that in mind. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people. It really does help us. Hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. We cover a whole lot more in the world of cord cutting. What you see on these videos is just a small fraction of what we post over at cordcuttersnews.com. You can follow us on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and more. We have all kinds of coverage out there for that. You can find a link to all that in the show notes. I'll put a link to all of our ways to do it, including our daily newsletter. We have a free newsletter that goes out every morning with some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll be back again real soon.